Hi, I'm so sorry about the technical problem from before and that it keeps happening. I guess I'm not going to use that app anymore. I was kind of hoping it would work because I like the video quality better. But anyway, we're back on my regular webcam. And I'll try to stand as far back as possible because I had to sort of change the camera angle too. So anyway, so we were in mountain pose. So find your mountain pose again and find your ujjayi breath. Draw your belly in and up, spine long, tailbone long. And find your breath. Okay, yeah, I'm glad. I will keep this from now on. And come back to your breath. Breathing with sound if you can. And then just start to move with your breath, dropping your arms on your next exhalation, palms facing out. And inhale the arms up. And exhale, float the arms back down. Inhale up. Keep your bandhas engaged, so your pelvic floor is engaged. Your belly is drawing in and up. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Good, and I'm just adjusting this now while I'm standing up because you don't really need to see my feet until I go down on the mat. Good, and inhale, clasp your hands, index fingers pointing up. Really reach up, finding length, and then exhale, reach to one side and look in the opposite direction. So we're getting a nice stretch through both sides of our body. But you'll probably especially notice this side. And reach one more time and bend. And other side, change the clasp of your hands so your dominant thumb is underneath. And exhale, reach. And inhale and exhale. And inhale back to center, float your arms down. And go ahead and grab your strap. If you have one nearby, it's not completely necessary, but it's nice to have. And of course, I don't know where mine is right now. I found it. Sorry, today's class video is very unprofessional. But anyway, here's grab your strap and inhale up over your head. And exhale, drop your hands behind you. And inhale up. And exhale, look down towards your toes. And bring the strap in front of you. And inhale up. And make sure you're not overextending your shoulders. Inhale up and exhale. And inhale up. And this time, just draw the strap down on one side so you're getting a nice stretch to the opposite side. Look up towards the ceiling. And exhale, other direction. Just really, your body is one nice long line. Good. And then just free movement, getting into any parts of your body that just feel good to move right now. Good, and then just release the strap to the side. And you also might want to have your block nearby for later. Good, and now just I'm gonna adjust this again. There's just not enough room here. So bend your knees, place your hands over your knees, and just draw circles. Again, getting into any position that feels good for you really right now, but just bringing movement into your lower body. And keep with your breath. Good. And then draw your belly in and drop your head, rounding the spine. Reach towards the floor or a block. And inhale slowly, roll up to standing. Head coming up last. And just shake it out. So hopefully you should feel a little bit looser by this point, but we're going to now move into some sun salutations and get a little warmer. And yeah, I'm sorry, I can't help. Something's going to be cut off here, so good. So come into mountain pose. Inhale, your arms up, and exhale, pull forward. If you can't reach the floor, just place your hands on somewhere on your legs. And inhale, look ahead of you, exhale, plant your hands, and step back, right into plank pose. Draw the belly in, optional to bring your knees down. Press your heels away from you, and really use the strength of your shoulders as well as your core to hold you in the position. And just holding for a couple breaths, building strength, finding our alignment, and just noticing that core strength. And you can move if that feels better to you than just being static here. Good, and then exhale your knees down if they're not already. Bring your elbows in and come all the way down to the mat. Forehead down, elbows in. Flip your feet, pressing your toes into the mat. Inhale, baby cobra, just a slight back bend, and exhale back down. Tuck your toes under, and press back, downward dog. So just take a moment to find your downward dog. Find a place where you can really feel your upper body lengthening as you exhale, and where you can bring your heels closer to the mat. But if your hamstrings are very tight, you might want to just stay here with bent knees, and don't worry about bringing your heels down. So just listen to your own body. Good, and inhale, look between your hands, right leg up, shift your weight forward so your shoulders are over your wrists, and just step it through, and drop your back knee, your left knee. Inhale, lengthen your upper body, and exhale, bring your hips back, and fold over your leg. Inhale, come forward, straighten, and step back, plank pose. And just holding here, and inhale, exhale, knees down, elbows in, come all the way down, forehead down, and inhale, shoulders away from your ears, baby cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes under, and press back, downward dog. So you might notice I take a step forward in downward dog and just shorten my stance slightly, everybody's body is different. Some people will move from kind of a plank right into a downward dog with kind of the same stance, but I like to take a shorter stance for downward dog. So just play with the pose until you find what is good for you. And inhale the left leg up, look between your hands, bring your shoulders over your wrists, and step it through. Right knee down. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale. Come back and fold. Good. Inhale, look ahead of you. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, straighten the leg and step it forward. Flat back, look ahead of you. Exhale, fold. And this time, try to keep your back as straight as possible. If you need to bend your knees, that's fine. But we're thinking of bringing our rib cage towards our thighs. And then drop your head. And then this time, inhale, look ahead of you once more. Bring your hands onto your waist and use the rest of the inhale to come all the way up. Using your pelvic floor and your core for support. Good. So we're back in mountain pose and ready for our next sun salutation. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. And step back plank. Just holding for a couple breaths this time, not quite as long. And exhale all the way down. Forehead down, keeping the neck long. Shoulders back. Inhale up. Exhale. Tuck your toes under. And press back downward dog. And try to really move your breath, keeping a flow. Just taking a couple breaths here in downward dog. If you prefer, if this is a lot for your arms and it doesn't feel restful, then you can always take child's pose anytime we come into downward dog or any other time it feels like too much. Good. Inhale, look forward. Bring your right leg up. Shift your weight forward and step it through. And square your hips, look on the floor, or at the floor, and come up into high lunge. So you could just have your hands on your waist or inhale the arms up. Good. Now this one is going to be a little bit of a challenge for the balance, but let's give it a try. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands on to your heart. And then bring your right elbow forward and then over onto your left elbow forward and over onto your right leg. So we're twisting. Good. And inhale back to center. Exhale, hands down to the mat. And step back, plank. Take a breath here. Exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Head comes up last for cobra. So it's a nice fluid movement. Head back down. Tuck the toes under, step back, downward dog. Take a couple breaths here. And inhale the left leg up, come forward, and step it through. If you can't do it in one step, that's perfectly fine. Just get there at your own pace. You can use your one hand to guide your foot through too, if that's what you'd like to do. And inhale, come up, high lunge. And really press your back foot away from you so both of your legs are engaged. Not just the front leg. And inhale up if you choose. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, hands to heart, and this time bring your right elbow to your left thigh and twist. And you can push your hands towards the center of your chest to deepen the twist. Good. Look at the floor. Come back to center. Cartwheel, hands down. And step the right leg forward. So really pushing off with the right foot. Inhale, look ahead of you, exhale, fold. And inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Good. And sun salutation B, so starting with chair this time. So exhale, sit back. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, maybe sit a little deeper and really draw your belly in here. And just take a moment to adjust the tilt of your pelvis so that your lower back is not compressed. Nice and long, drawing belly in. And inhale, lengthen, exhale, hands to your heart, and another twist. And actually, since we've already practiced this, let's just try moving from this twisted chair into a twisted lunge. And so shift your weight onto your right foot and exhale, just step the left foot back. So this is really a challenge for balance. And inhale, step forward. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale. Other side. Whoa. Good. And then now shift your weight onto your left foot and step your right foot back. Good. And inhale, step forward. Arms out to the side and exhale, fold. And inhale, look ahead of you. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back, plank. Inhale, exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes under. And press back, downward dog. Okay, just taking a breath here because we're going to move into some standing poses from this, and we're going to do quite a few of them on one side and then move to the other side. Look between your hands, come forward, and step it through. And before you come up, just rotate your left toes out at a 45-degree angle. Keeping your hips squared forward. Inhale, come up, warrior one. So make sure that your knee is not coming forward past your ankle. It should either be over your ankle or slightly behind it. But you do want to bend your leading knee as close to a 90-degree angle as you can. Good. Inhale, exhale, open up into warrior two. And you can take a slightly wider stance for warrior two. Good. And from here, straighten the leading knee. Shorten your stance slightly. Reach way forward. And inhale, triangle pose. You don't have to, I say this every time, but you opening your upper body and keeping your body on one plane is more important than how far down this arm reaches. So actually just start with your hand pretty high up and just focus on opening. And then if you have the space, you can move your hand down. If you have a lot of space, one way to do this is actually taking these two fingers, hooking them around your big toe. And then that kind of gives you leverage to open even more. And if you can, if it doesn't bother your neck, look up towards your left thumb. This is one of my favorite poses because it opens the body so much and also gives you a nice stretch in your lower body. Good. Look down at the floor, engage your core, and come back up. And again, widen your stance. I told you we're going to do a lot of standing stances in a row. Come back into warrior two. Inhale the arms up and exhale. Find your extended side angle. So really reaching forward, finding a nice stretch. Another variation of this pose is to, if you have space, bring your hand all the way down. Good. Inhale, look at the floor, engage your core, come back up. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Move onto the ball of your left foot, left hand down and right hand up in a twist. And exhale, reach way forward. I'm kind of out of room here. Reach way forward, hands down, and step back. And get ready for the other side after we move through our vinyasa. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and come back into downward dog. Now I have to see if I can remember what I did on that side, and we'll do the same on this side. So turn your right leg out at a 45-degree angle. Raise your left foot, come forward, step it through, warrior one. Make sure your knee does not go past your ankle. And inhale, lengthen, exhale, wider stance, warrior two. And your knee should be aligned kind of right between your big and second toes. So just check that. It's really common for your knee to kind of come in or go out too much. Good. Inhale. Hop a little bit forward. Straighten your left leg. Exhale, reach way forward. And inhale, open up. Triangle pose. And actually, let's do the same thing. So your hand fairly high on your leg. Take a moment to open up your body. And then if you have the space, you can reach down a little farther. Or maybe even go for your big toe. Inhale, exhale, look at the floor. Inhale, come up. Exhale, widen your stance and find your side angle. And extended side angle, exhale. And again, optional hand on the floor. If your hand is on the floor, make sure that you're still opening your upper body. So don't be like this just because you want to have your hand down. Still nice and open. Good, look at the floor. Use the support of your pelvic floor to come back up. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, pivot onto the ball of your right foot, and open up in a twist. Left arm up, right hand down. And inhale, exhale, reach forward, hands down, step back plank. Inhale, exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes. Rest back, downward dog. Exhale, finding length in your upper body. And then just walk your hands back to your feet. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. So come into your deepest forward fold now. Breathing into your hamstrings. If you want, you could even hook your index and middle fingers around your big toe to pull you a little farther down. Good, and inhale, look ahead of you. Exhale, hand on your waist, and come all the way up to standing. And yeah, it's already getting very late, especially because of that delay that we had earlier. So let's move right into tree pose, and then we'll get down on the mat for some stretching and relaxation. Hopefully you're a little warmer now. And just have your block nearby. So find your mountain pose once more. And then spread your toes wide, shift your weight onto one leg. Look at a spot on the floor for balance. So don't look at anything moving. And then find your tree pose. So hopefully you all know tree pose. You don't have to look at me, but you can have your toes on the floor, on your shin or on your inner thigh, avoiding the knee area. Opening the hips so the knee comes out to the side. And then from here, bringing the ankle over the knee, sit back until you really feel that, that hip opening, and then straighten your leg, reach towards the floor or towards a block, and drop your head. So yeah, if you want to do it with a block, I guess the balance is a little harder if you only have one block. Good, inhale, look ahead of you, bend your knee, and come up to standing. And both feet on the floor. And get ready to shift to the other side. So shift your weight onto the other foot, and find your tree pose. This is also an excellent pose just to practice on your own. If you're feeling overwhelmed, just try to go into a tree pose and notice how that feels. Are you able to, it takes so many different kinds of concentration to be in this pose that it could really bring you back into your body and out of whatever else is going on in your head for a moment. You can really bring yourself back into your breath here too. Good, and then bring your ankle over your knee. Exhale, sit, opening the hip. And then reach towards the floor. Inhale, square your hips, and exhale, drop your head. And inhale, look ahead of you, bend your knee, come all the way up, and both feet on the floor. Good. And step into a wide stance. And inhale your arms out to the side. Exhale, clasp your hands behind you. Inhale, really bring your shoulder blades together, pressing your hands back. And exhale, fold. And just let your hands drop behind you. And you can either bring your head towards the mat or towards the block. It's really good to have something supporting your head though, so yeah, do use a block if your head doesn't come all the way down. And you can release the clasp. And then just place your hands between your feet and see if you can come any farther down. Your gaze should be towards the tip of your nose. Good. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, reach towards one foot. You can even just grab the foot to kind of pull you into a twist. Come back to center. Exhale, go to the other side, looking over the shoulder. Inhale back to center, and for another variation on that twist, you can just keep one hand down and then open the other arm up. Just notice how that feels. You can kind of get more into the upper part of your spine this way. Good, and then other side. So you're always exhaling into any twist. You can lengthen as you inhale and then make sure you exhale as you twist. Good. Heel toe your feet a little wider than hip distance apart. And just sit right into a squat. And let your tailbone release. Come back to your breath. And now just place your hands in front of you. Bring your heels together and walk your fingers as far forward as you can. And then just drop your head. And just notice how that feels. And keeping your head down, and walk your fingers a little closer so you're really grounding your spine here. And slowly bring your head up. And place your hands behind you and sit down. And bring the soles of your feet together. Open them up like a book. Inhale, open your chest. And exhale, fold forward and use your elbows to press your thighs down. And round your spine here again, bringing your head towards your toes or towards a block. Really coming back to your breath here, using your exhalation to deepen and soften into the pose. And inhale, slowly roll up, head coming up last. And bring your feet wide apart. So I like to really turn to the side of my mat for this because it gives a little padding under my heels and also kind of makes everything less slippery. And you can kind of push yourself forward a little bit, and that will help your legs come out a little wider. And inhale, opening the upper body, lengthening, and exhale, fold forward. And again, you can use a block here, or even 2 blocks. It's really good to have for your head to have something to rest on if possible. Sending your exhalations into your inner thighs. Good. Inhale, slowly come up. And exhale, turn your palm up towards the ceiling and bring your forearm down onto the floor next to your leg. And exhale, reach over, maybe grab your toe. Oops, where's my toe? And kind of use that to help you come in, open your upper body a little bit more. Keep breathing. Good. Inhale back to center and exhale other side. Make sure your palm is facing up. And inhale, exhale. Good. Inhale back to center. And bring your feet together, shake your house. And find your staff pose. I like to kind of move the flesh from underneath my sit bones because it helps my upper body stay straighter. So draw your belly in. Try to think of still having a slight curve in your lower back. Bring your hands right next to your hips, toes pointing up, shoulders back. And keeping the same alignment in your upper body. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, fold forward. Now again, if your hamstrings are very tight, you can bend your knees slightly. And you can reach towards any part of your foot or even use a strap. Using a strap can be really nice too because it kind of can help you keep your upper body long and straight. And try to press your knees towards the floor if your legs are straight, just because that just engages and activates your legs and helps your upper body release a little more. Good. Inhale, look up. And slowly come all the way up. And bend your right knee. Inhale the left arm up, finding a lot of length. Exhale, place your right hand behind you and twist to the right. So you can just grab the outside of your knee. Or you can bring, if you have space, you can bring your shoulder on the outside of your knee. Or if you have even more space, you can go for the clasp. And inhale like that, exhale, twist. If you're working towards a clasp, you can also just use a strap here. Good. Inhale, look forward, and exhale. Straighten both legs, and then bend the left knee. Bring your left fingertips behind you. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. So this is option 1. Option 2. And option 3. Try to keep your upper body long. Good. Inhale. Exhale, look in front of you. And release. And prepare for boat pose. So bend your knees, shift your weight back so you're balancing here on your sit bones. Tailbone is tucked under. And you can stay right here and let go. So really working your hip flexors and lower belly. Or maybe straightening the legs. And try to keep your upper body as straight as possible. It's very difficult. I shouldn't say that. It's not super easy. I don't want to be discouraged thinking it's like too difficult for you to try. But yeah, give it a try. And then exhale, start coming onto your back. My head's gonna get cut off here. You just straighten your legs. So we're keeping the shoulders up, just getting a little core work in here. And exhale, hugging your knees into your chest. And I'm gonna move a little forward, but you stay on your back. And you can just draw circles, giving yourself a massage. So I'm always emphasizing that you're keeping your core strong, engaging your core, engaging your pelvic floor, because yogis believe, and I think it's true, that your core strength, your core really supports the rest of your body. And so the stronger your core is, the less likely you are to have injuries or pain in other parts of your body. As well as it's also just, it helps you psychologically to just kind of retain that energy in your core. I hope that makes some sense. I don't know how well I'm explaining it, but so yeah. So yoga is very core focused. It's not just about having six-pack abs or having a flat belly or whatever. Okay, so bring your feet down, hip distance apart, and actually, if you want to have your feet even wider than that, they can come as far as the outer edges of your mat. Make sure that your toes are pointing forward. Inhale and exhale. Lengthen your tailbone. And inhale, raise your hips, and bridge pose. So we really want to try to open our upper body as much as possible. Of course, also getting a nice stretch in the fronts of our legs. So if you want to just clasp your hands underneath you, if that's available to you, then do that. And then maybe press your hips even higher. And even if you have the space to kind of support your hips with your hands, then just see how that feels. And staying up, maybe also try reaching your hands back. And if you want, if you want to go into, there's another level of it. If you want to go into a kind of a beginning upward wheel, you can bring your hands next to your ears, not necessarily super close to them, but like in line with your ears. And then see if you can just push yourself onto the top of your head. Just like that. We're not going to go into full wheel right now unless you are familiar with the pose and you would like to. You can go ahead. This is just sort of a prep for it. And then from there, roll onto the back of your head and come out of the pose. Draw your knees into your chest. Good, and hopefully your block is still nearby. So go ahead and grab that. Inhale, raise your hips and use the block to support your lower body. Just bring it into a place that feels comfortable for you. And open your hands. Your hands should be facing towards the ceiling. And just rest here for a moment, letting your blood circulate away from your feet and towards your heart. Good, and then if you would like, you can stay here, or if you would like to do this, you can move into a modified shoulder stand, or maybe plow pose, if that's accessible. Only if it feels good to you right now. And then whichever pose you're in, just remove the block to one side. And exhale slowly, bring your hips down. And bring the soles of your feet together, reclined butterfly pose. Take a moment, come up onto your elbows, really opening your chest, and exhale, drop the crown of your head towards the floor, and look towards the tip of your nose. Kind of modified butterfly fish pose. And gently come out of that. And find your Shavasana. So you can just stay here with your feet together. Or if you prefer, you could straighten your legs. Just let your heels fall out to the sides. If you want a little support for your back, for a nice chest opener, you could place the block right between your shoulder blades and just let your head drop back. Or if you have a second block, you can use that to support your head. You might have to adjust the placement so that your neck doesn't feel compressed if you're not using that second block. And just let everything go. Now is really just time that you're taking for yourself. Nothing really to do except to relax and be with your breath. So take a deep breath. Hold your breath for a moment. And then slowly exhale. And as you exhale, feel yourself melting into the mat. And do another body scan, releasing tension from every part of your body, just completely relaxing and letting go. Imagine that a wave of relaxation is washing over your body, from your feet to your head, and then back from your head to your feet. Notice if you're holding any tension even in your face or jaw. A lot of us hold tension in our jaw. Just release that. Release any tension in your eyebrows or forehead or eyes. Let your tongue fall from the roof of your mouth. And notice just the sounds in the world around you. Sounds that you probably miss most of the time, especially if you're caught up in your thoughts. And notice the movement of your breath. Letting go as well of thinking and planning. Imagine that you're watching your thoughts, just watching them come and go, not getting caught up in them. And slowly start to wiggle your fingers and toes, your hands and feet. Bring your awareness back into the space around you. And reach your arms over your head. Slowly bend one knee and then the other. And roll onto one side using your arm to support your head. And whenever you're ready, slowly come up into a comfortable seated position. Good, and so we're just going to do a quick breathing exercise, alternate nostril breathing. If you choose to end the class now, then thank you so much for joining me. I know we're running very late here, and please enjoy the rest of your day and weekend. If you can stick around, then maybe you're already familiar with this breathing, if you've done this class before, so if not, rest your left hand on your knee, palm facing up. And you're going to use your pinky and ring finger of your right hand to close your left nostril and your thumb to close your right nostril. And the other two fingers are just bent down out of the way. So begin by closing your left nostril. Inhale through your right nostril and close both. And exhale left. And we're going to try to make our exhales longer than our inhales. Close. Inhale right. Close. And exhale left. Close. Inhale right. Close. And exhale left. Close. Inhale right. Close. And exhale left. And one more on this side. Close. Inhale right. Close. And exhale left. And inhale left without closing. Close. And exhale right. And close. Inhale left. And close. Exhale right. And close. Inhale left. And close. And exhale right. And close. Inhale left. And close. Exhale right. And one more. Close. Inhale left. And close. Exhale right. And release. Breathing in through both nostrils. And yeah, that's another thing you can do on your own to relieve stress. There have actually been studies showing that it relieves stress and anxiety to just make your exhalations longer than your inhalations. So You could even just take 30 seconds breathing and making your exhalations longer than the inhalations. Okay, and we're just going to close with a mindfulness practice, gratitude. So think of 3 things that you are grateful for in your life right now. Maybe anything big or small. Even just that you had the time to take this class, that you're able to walk, that you're generally healthy, or that you're grateful for other people in your life. Just really anything. And take a moment to note, you can close your eyes, take a moment to notice how that you feel right now when you think of those things you're grateful for. Notice if you have any physical feeling related to that. I know I feel like smiling and my whole body just feels a little lighter. I feel an expansion in my chest. And sit with that feeling for a moment. And then imagine that you're sending that feeling outward into the world around you, just sharing any feeling of joy with other people. Maybe even relieving some of their burdens. And you can open your eyes if they're closed. And thank you so much for joining me today. I apologize for the multiple delays. I will try to get it together next time and keep the class closer to 60 minutes. Please let me know if you have any comments or suggestions. And other than that, I hope you take any benefits that you've gained from this practice with you into the rest of your day, and maybe share just that feeling of lightness with those around you. Namaste.